So welcome back to Oxford. Apologies just for the delay in commentary. A huge gust of wind just took us off guard, but we are back in action. And what a start to this game, one apiece between the Nottingham Mavericks and Chester Cheetahs. And I'm delighted to say I'm joined from Nottingham Hood's Kate Davis-Bavin, who just secured with her side getting into the Elite Cup final.
Yeah, first time in this whole campaign, so really excited. Can't wait to get back out there and play Hot Custard. It is actually.
Absolutely, yeah. Hot Custard getting a on the hooter win against BBR, and that's the first time BBR haven't reached the Elite Cup final over these 3 rounds.
Yeah,
so
very exciting for Hot Custard.
It's set to be. I'm very intrigued by the final. I think it's going to be it's going to be really interesting to see who comes out on top in that one. But at the moment, so we move in. This is our Premiership semi-final. Nottingham Mavericks and Chester Cheetahs, of course, one of your sides as well, competing.
Yep. The Mavericks team got quite a young team out, but they've really been proving themselves throughout this tournament. Just a drop ball there, unfortunately. Bit of a loose pass from Max there. But yeah, quite a young team, but they've been building on it together, and it's been really great to watch them improve like throughout the weekends and like throughout today and yesterday. So yeah.
Well, wouldn't it be great if you could do a Hoods and Mavericks double?
That'd be lovely.
What a
yeah,
that would be.
Ideal situation.
And here come the Chester Cheetahs though over the 10-metre mark, going through the middle, looking to try and see if they can turn this one on its head after going 1 down in a couple of seconds. Potentially a chance. And
Ooh, that was lucky there.
It was going to be a tough one.
Yep.
It was threw up into the air, had to be a quick one to get it to the ground, but it was always going to be tough to catch it, and Mavericks now coming deep from their own half to start their next attack over their own 10-metre.
Good running from Ollie there. We call him the Flash. Slightly speedy.
And on the halfway line they come back inside, driving over the halfway. Looking to try and dash over the 5-metre, driving on through the middle. Can they find themselves back in front after the couple of minutes? No, turnover in play, favour of Chester Cheetahs.
Half court there.
As the sun is just making an appearance.
Yeah, it's lovely. Makes a change from Manchester.
Yeah, absolutely. And if talking to all the players throughout the day today, it just the conditions yesterday, it was absolutely sweltering.
It was very hot. It was a bit like Malaysia 2.0. It was quite warm, just without the humidity, which was quite nice.
Absolutely.
But
yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10 compared to Malaysia,
I'd probably put it at like a 5.5, like
okay.
it, because you didn't have the humidity. It was just very warm, and I think you sometimes forget, like when you're playing in the UK, that you need to hydrate as much. So like when we were in Malaysia, we were really looking after it and watching what we were drinking and eating. And it's bad, but you do sometimes forget here. It's the same sun at the end of the day.
Absolutely, yeah. And it was extremely hot temperatures yesterday.
Yeah, very. Lovely day though, just a bit difficult to play a whole day of touch in it. So Hood's trying to set up here. That was 5th touch, so
just approaching the 5-minute mark, and the Mavericks get back in front. And looks like they have, just waiting for the confirmation.
I think he was half there, yeah. I was thinking he was. Unfortunate there, he would have been in. But Hood's back in defence. Not Hood, sorry, Mavericks. We all look the same.
Well, same kits.
It's exactly the same, and no one can read the numbers.
And crossing over halfway line, here come the Chester Cheetahs towards the 10-metre mark, building up a nice flowing attack. Now just there's a bit of space opening up on that far side. Are they going to exploit it or go through the middle? Space opening, and just manages to cling on.
Lovely hole there.
And Chester Cheetahs back play. In front. Just managing to cling on and get over into the goal zone.
That was a lovely hole there from the female link, Chester Cheetahs, and well read by Adam Brimlow, I believe that is.
Looks like it was Nicola Wise just crossing over the line and getting back on top. Chester Cheetahs. How do Mavericks respond to that one? A good start to this game. Mavericks going to be playing from right to left. Let's see if they can exploit some space on this near side. Just checking back inside.
Oh, unfortunate there. So what Mavericks there were doing, they were just trying to exploit the high link there. But just ball to ground there, unfortunately. But right idea.
So over the 5-metre, look at this build up over on the far side. Really like flow momentum towards this attack, but just stopped on the line, still on the 5-metre. Good chance for the Cheetahs now. Just slowing things down, looking right and left. Nice build up. Trying to get out of the way of the touch, but Mavericks defend well. So the 5 metre, what can they do? Can they exploit any space and win good defence once again by the Mavericks, spreading up down the line, stopping any attack, and they get the turnover. So here come Nottingham Mavericks, steep in their own half, trying to get over towards their subs box, and fresh legs coming on the 10 metre mark as they cross it now. Nice flow to this attack through the middle. What way are they going to go? Look to go right, but up to go left. Oh, and over that critical touch. It was the 6th touch as well.
Did well to hold on to that there.
Certainly did. So here come Chester Cheetahs over to their sub box as well, and some new faces now coming on over the 10 metre. Bit of space to run into now onto the halfway. Adam Brimlow involved now over the 5 metre, bit of space now. Can they go all the way and finish it off? Just waiting for that support, and there it is. And Chester Cheetahs now extend their lead by 2 points and lead by 3-1.
That was a lovely score there from Chester. It was a really flowing attack coming on. That all came from their transition from their driving off their line there. When you get that momentum, it is quite easy to catch a team on the back foot. So Nottingham just got a couple in the touch and just missed it there, so that allowed them to exploit that. Good play there.
So how do Mavericks respond? A 2-point gap now just opened up. Can they get the next one and just close it again? Here they come through the middle trying to exploit that space over the 5 metre mark. They go up to go left. Oh, and instead of...
lovely score there from Max Loveridge. Really good. Just on the outside there, off a 32 short, I think it was.
So Max Loveridge going in. He looked like he was just going to spread the ball out wide, but opts to go himself.
Yep.
Nice
well, they always say first look to score yourself if you can, and then the holes all open up as well. If you're running with enough conviction and you can score it, it's silly not to.
So point back in it now. How do the Chester Cheetahs respond? A really nice flow and tempo to this game.
Yeah,
both sides.
yeah. I think what you've got to remember as well, it's a 40-minute game, and sometimes people forget that now. so it's like there's, you can go from 3-0 down to 3-all like quite quickly. But yeah, it's a nice game to watch out here in the sun.
So Chester Cheetahs just on the edge of the 5 metre. Can they exploit anything? Can they try and get another one on the board?
Lovely touch there.
It is the 6th touch. Turnover.
Lovely touch there from Ella Loveridge, Max's sister.
So across their own 5 metre. We're supposed to exploit on this near side and making up some really good ground, heading towards halfway. Subs come on just to try and help the attack on the halfway. Oh, don't think he was expecting it.
Yeah.
Turnover. Oh, bang on the halfway line for Chester.
Just a nice, maybe run through their tap-off move. Oh, I think they're getting some subs on.
Yeah, some fresh legs coming on the 10 metre mark.
Adam
just
Brimlow
waiting for
pulling the
support.
strings.
Looking to go wide, just can't cling on. Just that arcing run over onto the 10 metre mark. Oh, lovely little layoff and made some serious yardage up the field.
Good yards there, yeah. Emily Simon getting the ball down.
Wolveridge involved in this attack. Can they keep on going over the 5 metre, trying to build over Brassington? Oh, but turnover, and the attack has faded out. 11 minutes gone then. Still the Cheetahs leading by 3-2 and crossing over that halfway line now. And again, a really nice attack building up, but hounded out by the Nottingham Mavericks, stops any attack.
Chester are really running well with the ball and running onto the ball very well, so their attack is really flowing. Like, getting up the field is their forte at the moment.
Adam Brimlow now dives for the line.
Yeah, giving that. That was a good quickie play from Brimlow there. Just got the Nottingham middle on the outside, unfortunately. But another good score for Chester.
So Chester Cheetahs leading by 4-2. And now, how do the Mavericks respond to that? The 2-point gap now opening up. What's the best way of going about it?
I mean, 2 points, like I said, it's a 40-minute game, so they just need to make sure that their heads don't go down. That can sometimes happen, but they have got to remember it's still the first half. They're well in it. They're coming back and they're driving really well, so they just need to stay calm, complete their basics and complete their sets of 6, and it should come for them. Obviously, I'm not biased at all.
Well, here come the Mavericks, fresh set of 6. Can they utilise that? Oh no, Chester Cheetahs get it back.
So
and those are the opportunities you feel like you've got to take when you do get that
fresh
set of 6.
So that's a silly penalty there, really, to give away from Ben. He threw the ball away, or they're saying he threw the ball away. So, it's just, I don't think that was meant to be a hard touch, but it came in as one.
Well, the headband came off.
Yeah, the visor came off. That's always a sign.
Meaningful touch there, but now over the halfway between the 5 and 10 metre mark, just slowing things down.
Yeah, that's the thing. You've just got to complete your basics. Like, as long as you get those basics right, like not giving away silly penalties, you can stay a bit more in control of the game.
So the Chester Cheetahs still leading by 4-2, looking to try and extend that on the edge of the 5 metre. A little bit of space maybe opening up on that far side. Just can't take it. It was a fizzed-in pass, head high.
Yeah, the winger would have done well.
Turnover.
Take that.
Now Mavericks looking to build from the back, switching it from right to this near side.
Lovely running there from Mavericks, just getting some fresh legs on.
The space to exploit through the middle. Good touch, good pressure from Chester Cheetahs' defence. Loveridge now over halfway line, crossing that 10 metre mark.
That was 6th touch there. I don't think they knew what the touch count was coming on.
So Chester Cheetahs, what can they do? Bring some fresh legs on. So just on the edge of the halfway line, Loveridge now laying it off. Brimlow now on the 5 metre. And just some really good covering
Lovely D
work
there
in the end.
from,
for the Mavericks, just stopping, nullifying that attack.
Yeah, that was lovely D from the Mavericks winger there.
So 5 minutes to go until the break. Loveridge broke away on this near side on the halfway line. He was stopped though, and
Yeah, I think he was hoping to go all the way, but it wasn't meant to be.
he looked like he was away.
Yep.
And just stopped. And now here we go.
Ollie
Good opportunity.
Brassington's off.
Looking for that support.
Oh, nearly.
Not quite. Nearly.
So they've given 6 again there on the line. So let's see what the Mavericks can pull out the bag here.
Need a score just to get back to 1. Oh, great opportunity.
Lovely.
And they do respond, and there's the high five, and they are back to only a 1-point deficit. Chester Cheetahs leading by 4-3, but that's just what they needed.
Yeah, definitely. And that was a really simple score as well for the Mavericks. Just shows so they're just running on the outside and just executed a 2-on-1 well. So Good pass from Ollie Brassington and a good pass on the wing, a good catch on the wing from Jess.
Well, 1 point in it then as we go into the closing stages then of the first half. It's always a good time to score.
Yeah, it's nice to have that little cushion if you can. So that's what
the Mavericks
Chester.
defend this, or can the Cheetahs restore that 2 point advantage? This is an important phase of the play you feel in this first half.
Yeah.
The 5 metre go for the line. Does the touch come in? He claims it. What does the referee think?
Given the touch there.
Just
Not quite sure what they're
concentration
saying.
of the players, and it is the touch, but Chester Cheetahs still with possession.
So Chester have got another 6 on the line, I think.
Space open. Oh, what an opportunity
Yeah,
that was to restore that 2 point lead. And
oh, it looks like they're getting another repeat set, the penalty. Potentially. Yeah. Yeah, that was quite lucky there. That would have been a bit of a wasted set of 6, unfortunately.
oh, nice build-up play once again, and the Chester Cheetahs clinical in that occasion,
Good
and they
score
do
there.
restore that 2 point advantage. That was a lovely play.
Yeah, that was a good score. Nice and composed on the wing.
And so they lead by 5 points to 3 with just over 2 minutes remaining until the half-time interval. Can the Mavericks just get one before the break and close that gap once again? A couple of minutes before the break then for both sides. How do the Nottingham Mavericks
Emily
respond?
Simon in middle, pulling the strings.
On the 5 metre mark, can they make this count? Can they work this Chester Cheetahs defence?
Oh,
Diving in!
lovely.
And they certainly can. Max Loveridge, another one for the number 8 for the Mavericks, and now it's only a 1 point margin with 90 seconds left on the clock until the half-time break, and that could prove once again really vital.
Yeah, really can. Mavericks look very happy with that, and they should be. That was a nice score. Good setup from the girls being in the middle there as well, utilising their girls really well. That makes all the difference too. See what Chester have got coming back.
So just under a minute remaining. Can the Mavericks hold out? Or can Chester Cheetahs once again restore that 2 point lead? This is another extremely important phase of play. Looking to go again. Oh, nearly.
Oh, nice.
Very close to doing so. So 50 seconds left on the clock. Can the Mavericks even try and level things up before the break? That would really give them an extra boost going into the interval. That might change the team talk slightly. Going over the 10 metre mark. Nice build-up play, good momentum in this attacking phase, although the referee calls it back. And the turnover, and Chester Cheetahs can breathe a bit of a sigh of relief.
So Mavericks need to try and keep them down here as much as they can for now. Looking at the clock.
Only seconds remaining on the clock until that half-time break. Just slowing things down slightly. Chester Cheetahs edging towards the halfway mark. There goes the hooter. And there goes the touch. The ball goes dead, and that is the half-time break then between Nottingham Mavericks and Chester Cheetahs. A really good, scintillating first half, action-packed, a good flow to the game. And it's Chester Cheetahs who lead by 5 points to 4, so only 1 point in it at the break. An intriguing 20 minutes left to play. We'll be back for the second half in a couple of moments' time.
A three-man drive is an attacking play which we use to gain momentum. A three-man drive includes 3 players, a half, the person who dumps the ball and the runner. These 3 players will alternate between themselves in order to create each person's role within that three-man drive. So it'll start with a roll ball, the half will then pass the ball off the deck to the first runner. This first runner will then become the person who dumps the ball, initiating the touch on the defender, for then the person who previously dumped the ball to become the half. A 4-man drive is a 3-man drive but with another person. The 4-man drive can also be referred to as arrows, and what we're looking to do is the exact same principle as a 3-man drive, but just to add a secondary option of the runner. So you've got 1 runner on the left, 1 runner on the right, and the half will wrap around whichever way they pass the ball, becoming the runner. The best way to complete a 4-man drive or an arrows platform is to hit one side, i.e. to pass the ball to the left, and then to pass the ball to the right, the second runner, and then the left for the third, and so on. A buddy is a 2-man play which we use to create the momentum for a 3- or 4-man drive. A buddy involves the ball being put down, stepped over, the half will then pass back to that same person and they will run straight into the 3- or 4-man drive. A touchdown is the only way to score points in touch. A touchdown happens when the ball is grounded with downward pressure on or over the whitewash. The ball can be touched down but needs to be under control and there needs to be downward pressure. A touchdown is worth 1 point. As there are no conversions in touch, you can score anywhere along the line, and as long as there is downward pressure and it is under control.
So underway for the second half then, Nottingham Mavericks taking on Chester Cheetahs, and it is Chester Cheetahs currently lead by 5 points to 4. Can they capitalise that on early doors? Had they had the tap off, but no, not on this occasion. So Mavericks will get back possession in their own half on the 5-metre mark, and could be crucial potentially in this game. We'll see how it pans out. Who gets the next one?
Yeah, well, that was just unfortunate there for Chester, just the long ball just wasn't quite there. So Mavericks driving up the field. Phoebe Simon got the ball now.
So halfway between the 5 and 10 metre mark in the Chester half, and here comes Matt Gloveridge looking to go right and opposite to go left. Still the touch hasn't come in, looks to go long, but just couldn't find the pass, or no one was running onto it, so turnover.
Yeah, ball to ground there. Unfortunate. They had a good drive up but just couldn't quite execute off the back of it.
So over the 5 metre mark they go edging towards halfway. A few fresh faces coming on now as they do cross halfway.
Chester are looking really good coming on with their transition. They're really working the Mavericks defence and getting some good yards off it, which is benefiting them.
Could go right or left, and looking for Cameron Brickett. Brickett takes it nicely up, has to be forced back, and that's, again, good defence by Mavericks, just really putting that pressure on straight away.
So key thing here really for the Mavericks is just focus on their basics, get the ball up the pitch, and hopefully execute something off the back of it.
From right to left, crossing over halfway line. Nice, good yardage, made it through the middle, and good momentum shift now, crossing over that 10 metre, looking to try and get over the 5. Good, just being brought, no, and just couldn't cross over that white line and get the score on the board.
A good touch there from the female Chester link.
So edging towards that 10 metre, crossing it now, really good momentum. Good start to the second half from both sides, really attacking phases, full of energy and flow as they try to get to that far side. Maybe some space opening up, opt to go inside. Still have possession, touch didn't come. Here's Cameron Brickett just slowing things down. Brickett gets it back, looks to go wide. Good interception. Fresh set of 6 now for Chester Cheetahs.
6 again there. Meg Marchand just couldn't quite keep a hold of it. Brickett to slow things down and wait for the touch, although opts to go inside now. He gets it, Brickett gets it, lays it off over the 5 metre, diving for the line. 2 Hoods player, Mavericks players should say coming in. Yeah.
But he gets the touch, gets the score, and Chester Cheetahs extend that lead to 6 points to 4. And we said that potentially the first try of the second half could be critical. It's Chester Cheetahs who get it.
Yeah, that was Mavericks won't be happy with that score really in between the mids. That's really, if you're going to have scores, that's not really where you want them to be. So hopefully they can come back with this tap off with something.
And over the 10 metre mark they go. Mavericks really need to get this next point on the board. Close this gap down to 1 again, and looking to try and do so straight away. Maybe some good space opening on the left, but opted to go into his side. Here's Max Loveridge over the 5 metre, space opening up. But good defensive work done by the Chester Cheetahs. Loveridge, what can he do? Can he instigate something? Just lack of communication.
Yeah,
Turnover
just
possession of Chester Cheetahs.
lack of comms there between the 2 middles, between Max Loveridge and Ben there. I think they might be calling that maybe for a hard touch or just say play on. Yeah.
Over halfway. Here they come, Cheetahs now towards the 10 metre mark, building up nicely. And just getting in the way there, and
They're taking, so they've said that's a ball down there.
Max Loveridge getting things back underway for Nottingham Mavericks, getting over back towards their subs box to breathe some new life into the side on the halfway. As they enter the Chester half, over the 10 metre mark. Going through the middle, there's some space opening up on that far side. Again, good defensive work by Chester.
It's 5th touch there, so they've got no more touches left. Yeah.
Here come Chester Cheetahs once again. Going inside, a nice little individual run. Really eats up the yards.
Yeah. It really does make a difference when you get a little breakthrough like that. It makes it a lot easier for everyone else to get around. And
a fantastic take. Is there space opening up inside his?
Yeah. That was lovely work from Cam Burkett and the Chester winger there. Nearly.
And the attack just fizzles out, but it was a really nice build-up play on this near side, a great interchange. Mavericks having to restart deep into their own half on the 5 metre. Looking looking to try and make up the yards as quickly as possible. Oh, and a mistake, and now a great opportunity.
Just a drop ball there by Phoebe Simon. Oh, and a drop ball by Chester Cheetahs there. So Mavericks have it back.
So 2 errors, 1 for either side, and we're back with the Mavericks on their own 10-metre.
Yeah, they've given that as a throwing the ball away, I think. So that's a penalty you just don't really want to give away. You don't really need to give it away, so but Cheetahs will probably be a little bit annoyed with that.
So Mavericks going through the centre. Can they instigate an opening? Looking to go left and right, slowing things down. An important touch. Braston looking to try and work his way through and finds the space.
Lovely.
And there we go. He went down initially, but just waiting for the confirmation from the
refs
two
are
referees.
just conferring.
Oh, and Chester Cheetahs will restart.
Yeah.
A huge opportunity missed for the Nottingham Mavericks. 27.5 minutes on the clock.
That was good pressure defence there from Max Loveridge getting up there.
Loveridge gets the touch, so Chester Cheetahs still come over the 10-metre mark. Making some really good yards. Can't be caught, looking for some support. Oh, and they get
lovely.
it. It's well worked.
That was a lovely scoop there from Adam Brimley.
Absolutely superb stuff from the Chester Cheetahs, and they now extend the lead, and a lot of work to do for the Nottingham Mavericks. They now have that 3-point advantage, and the next score could be absolutely critical. Great start to the second half then for the Chester Cheetahs, looking to advance on into the final. Over the 10-metre mark they go now, Nottingham Mavericks. Can they do anything about it? Halfway between the 10 and 5. Into the centre they go, back inside. Just a quick 1-2 between the two middles now, liking to play it off, trying to get over to that far side, trying to work their way to the 5-metre mark. Preston being forced back.
So there was a foot in the ruck there, I think.
Nottingham Mavericks, can they get back into the semi-final? They need the next score. Oh, and just that pass there, just having to stretch for it. Yeah, the opportunity's gone, and they can't be wasting too many of them.
Yeah, that's not really what you want when you're on their line and you've got touches. Just unfortunate error there. Lovely driving up the pitch from Chester Cheetahs.
Yeah, full of confidence and with momentum behind them as well. Primlow involved in the middle, looking to try and drive over that 5-metre mark, and we're brought back by the referee.
It's thrown over the mark there.
So 10 minutes remaining then. Can the Nottingham Mavericks get the next score and put some pressure on the scoreboard? They need this next score as they head over towards their own subs box to get some fresh faces on to build this attack. Looking to go into the middle is Oliver Brassington just before the 10-metre mark. Is Max Loveridge picking it up, advancing forward. This is a really nice bit of momentum building for the Mavericks, so they've just slowed down a tad. Loveridge tries to go over the line, and they do get the next score.
That was a lovely score there from Ben Lenori.
Mavericks reduce that gap to only 2 points. A critical score for the Nottingham Mavericks in the semi-final. Head into the final 9 minutes. And we've got a bit of a game on our hands once again. Chester Cheetahs looking to try and respond straight away. Cameron Brickett going in and diving forward. Oh, just loses the ball. Cameron just boots the ball away in frustration.
Yeah, some of the Mavericks not looking too happy with that one. Yeah, they've given that for kicking the ball away, throwing the ball away.
Of course, if you're one of our new viewers, the clock doesn't stop. We just play to the hooter. So no added time or anything like that. We wait all the way till we hear that infamous hooter bellowing around Oxford. Now on the halfway, Oliver Braston making some really good yardage. Nice little layup, bit of space to run into. Can they capitalise on it? Oh, that's just that pass back inside to Braston. Turnover in possession, and Chester Cheetahs can come again back inside their own half. Bit of a less off for the team in red and orange as they look to try and drive over that halfway line. Good yardage made up, look to go back inside. Nicely worked. Space, trying to open up a bit of space, looking for that support, and do they get it down? Looks like they do. Referee's just waiting for the confirmation, and it is Chester Cheetahs extend that lead once again to 8 points to 5, and that'll be a bit of a kick in the teeth.
Yeah, I think if you can try and keep it to 2 points, it's easier to get it back, definitely. So Nottingham really have to start working a bit harder, I think, to if they want to really get back in this game, bring it up to a draw, definitely. Let's see what they can do now.
Absolutely, let's see on the tap off Max Loveridge driving forward. Let's see if they can reduce that gap once again to only 2. Nice interchanging play, looking to try and drive forward. The dive comes in one-handed.
Lovely. So they're giving that for offside, I think.
So just on the edge of the 5 metre, Max Loveridge having to be forced back. He tries to drive on. Can he get his team over the goal line and get them back into this? So pop and go on the 5 metre. Being driven back all the time though. It's good defensive work by Chester Cheetah, although the dive comes in.
So they've been given away. They're giving away like more than 2 penalties on their line now. So they've just sent 4 sub, which is unfortunate for Chester. But hopefully Nottingham can capitalise on that.
Need to start capitalising on them. 3-point gap opening up. Mavericks need this next one. Just on the 5 metre, Max Loveridge looking to go for the line, dives for it. And it looks like he gets it, he certainly does. So that gap is reduced to 2. High fives all around for that one. Max Loveridge gets his side back into it.
Lovely score there, and critical at this time. Just staying nice and composed in attack, not getting rattled.
Just over 5 minutes remaining. Game's going on all around Oxford Rugby Club. Chester Cheetahs respond.
Brilliant. It's a big D set this, yeah. They really need to keep them out if they can.
No, I don't think they can.
Yeah, they're giving that. That was a good score.
It was Cameron.
Nice keep from Cam Burkett there, no good cut in from the winger.
Absolutely, Cam Burkett in the thick of it and does really well for Chester Cheetahs, and that gap is opened up once again. And Mavericks can't keep them out, so the 3-point advantage is restored. Just under 5 minutes left remaining. Mavericks just need to go again. Silveridge driving over, trying to get towards that 5 metre mark, just edging towards it. Slowing things down, a bit of space opening up on that left-hand side. But how will they exploit it? Will they go through the middle once again? Oh, that does the touch come in? It certainly does. A really good touch, an important one as well.
Good D from the Chester link there.
It's Nicola Wise Wise, although space may be potentially opening up on that far side. Nicola Wise is claiming the touch once again.
I think he's
important try for the Mavericks, and then again, gap is reduced to 2. 3.5 minutes remaining.
It's still doable, but it's a little bit nail-biting, I think, for them in the box watching.
And again, it's almost a similar position. Mavericks just need to defend this next tap-off and just reset again.
Yeah, and if they can drive out and get another score off that, that'd be ideal.
So an important phase of play this for both sides. Can the Mavericks hold out? Can Chester Cheetahs restore that 3-point gap? Let's have a look as they edge towards the 5-metre marks. Adam Brimlow again involved, and they do hold out. So, good opportunity here for the Nottingham Mavericks.
Yep.
Bang on 3 minutes left to play. So they find themselves 2 down with just under 3 to play. Max Loveridge, often the instigator, crosses the halfway.
Claiming the touch there.
Over the 10-metre mark they go. Can they exploit this? Oh, just dropped at the final hurdle. An opportunity certainly missed.
Yeah, very much so. Unfortunate there.
To have a drop-off here on pitch number 1. And if we're going to have one in this one, Mavericks need to start being a bit more clinical in these final couple of minutes, crossing over the halfway. Good yardage made up, and a good momentum building now here for Chester Cheetahs, but are they just going to slow things down and run down the clock? 2 minutes now remaining as we're edging towards 90 seconds to go until that final hooter. Adam Brimlow just waits for the touch. Brimlow gets it back on the 5-metre. Oh, and then the
lovely. That was a lovely hole there.
And that potentially could be that, as Chester Cheetahs get into double digits. 10-7 now on the scoreboard with 90 remaining. Is that potentially for the Mavericks?
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. Probably, I'm afraid. But got to keep playing till the end. And it's been a really good game. Like, both teams quite evens, and then Chester just been a little bit more clinical with what they're doing and just finishing things off a little bit better. Emily Simon on the ball.
Well, can Mavericks finish off the game in high spirits? They might be 10-7 down with about 50 seconds remaining, but can they finish off with a score? Let's have a look as they try to go out wide, but this Chester Cheetahs defence is spreading really well, and they get the turnover, and there'll be in no rush to take this one. Cameron Burkett looking to try and drive his team up the field. They want to try and get another one. Over the 5-metre mark they go, trying to edge towards halfway. Here's Cameron Burkett once again.
That's a silly error there, just over the mark. Getting some fresh legs on.
So 20 seconds remaining. We'll be hearing that hooter any second now.
Be nice for the Mavericks to get a score in here.
Referee bringing back, and there is that hooter. So into the final phase of the game, and there is the tap, and there is full time as the handshakes begin, and that is full time, and it is Chester Cheetahs who move on into the final. It was a really good game, both sides giving it their all, a really nice tempo and flow from both sides.
Yeah. They had good scoops off the back of that, and that was a lot of what won that game for them, really.
Well, we now move on to our next game, which will be the Elite Cup playoff. And that will be between BBR and Cambridge Hornets. Who would have thought that at the start of the day? Okay, thank you very much for joining me in the commentary
No worries,
box.
thank you.
And the best of luck towards the final as you play Hot Custard, which will be our final game of the day, which will be the Elite Cup final at 4:20. So good luck.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to it.
And we now move on to our next game, which will be in a couple of moments' time. Don't go anywhere, grab yourself a cup of tea. No sun cream needed. The temperature's just
after sun.
Absolutely, yes. And you'll join us in a couple of moments' time. Don't go anywhere.